hear the expression, God, I wonder what these streets would say if they could talk. Sarasota Street Talk is making the streets talk, and we're recording what they're saying. So that, to me, that is what Sarasota Street Talk is all about.
Sarasota Street Talk is to introduce people of the surroundings.
We're literally right now, we're downtown Sarasota, and we hear people all around us telling different stories. Those are the streets talking.
Hey, Kaia, how are you doing?
Excellent.
You had to
Excellent.
reach for that mic.
froze.
You had to reach for that mic. You got to bring that closer to you. So you get right up on it like a rock star. Just very
Right.
uncomfortable, but just get really, like when you think you're too close to it, get closer. There we go.
1, 2, 3.
Okay, cool.
Yeah. Better?
All right, yeah, my name is Mark Klecka. I'm a realtor here at Caldwell Banker here in downtown Sarasota. My superstar guest host to my left, your right, is I'm not going to say infamous, the famous. You're not infamous. You're not wanted by the
witch.
law. The famous Kaia Emerald, artist
Hi.
extraordinaire. So pretty much everywhere, most places around here downtown, you're going to find Kaia's work. And so thank you so much for stepping in for my boring other co-host, Mr.
Oh, it's
Scott
my pleasure.
Maloff. No,
It's my
Scott
pleasure.
Maloff is off visiting his family right now. So he's up in Chicago, enjoying the glorious weather up there. God bless him. But thank you so much for filling in for Scotty.
It's always great to join you, Mark.
Thank you. Thank you so much. I'm so ADD, it's incredible. So we are here at the farmer's market. It's a beautiful day. First time I've worn jeans in quite some time, comfortably. We're on the corner of Lemon and Main at the farmer's market in front of A. Parker's Books and the Gator Club. We're gracious enough to allow us to do our shenanigans here every week from 10 a.m. to about 1 p.m. or about 1:30 p.m. And we have guests that come on. You know, the mayor will come on occasionally. We'll have some business owners, but primarily it's about everybody here. You know, it's those that are downtown, and everybody here is downtown Sarasota. But luckily, we have some guests here, and I'm going to go ahead and flip it on over here. And if you guys wouldn't mind introducing yourselves, and we're just going to have a chit chat.
Hi, my name is Ida. I am a third-year student at the FSU Asolo Conservatory, where we get our MFAs in acting and put on a lot of shows.
That's very, very cool.
Hi, my name is Kristy. I'm a second year at the FSU Asolo Conservatory. It's with FSU in this, which is mainly out of Tallahassee, but we're on the Sarasota campus. And you can kind of think of it as if we're doing our residency at the Asolo Rep. We're in the third year. We really get to work collaboratively with them. But yeah, so we are just here to talk about some of the shows that we have coming up.
Okay, so that's primary. So what you do is it's art school. I mean, I'm not art school, acting school, right? So like you go to learn, and is that your major classes? You're majoring in
Yeah, so
in
we
acting,
have
right? Is that how that works?
Yeah, exactly. So we have, I guess, 3 core classes: acting, which is obviously the big one.
Yeah.
Movement and voice. And movement and voice kind of focus on how you move and how you use your voice.
Right, projecting
as
from
an
your
actor.
diaphragm.
Yes,
You know, that kind-
exactly, exactly.
Okay. So was that a thing? Was that a?
Well, we do a lot of that. We breathe very deeply, and we, have different exercises. Shout out to our voice teacher, Patricia Delory.
Shout out Patty D. Maple wants to say hi.
Oh, I guess you. Well, I don't have a mic for him though. Well, you know
Maple-
what? No, I do. I got a portable.
It's okay,
I
she
got a
doesn't
portable
speak.
one. Maybe if he wants
Maple's
one.
our mascot.
Adorable. Beautiful.
No, that's you guys hold a lot of. So tell us some things that actually happen over at the Asolo. Like you say, if we can get some background, and about the school too, but then about the actual Asolo itself. Could you give us some
Sure.
background?
So the Oslo,
And it's Oslo, right? I'm saying
Oslo.
Oslo. That's not right.
I think it's Oslo.
Is it like
Oslo,
it's
potato,
potato, potato,
Osolo.
tomato,
Yes.
tomato?
It's actually an Italian word.
Yes.
It was named after a small town in Italy where the theater itself was sourced from. So, fun fact. And yeah, it's been around for a really, really long time in the Sarasota community, right on the Ringling campus. And the Oslo puts on a ton of shows that are super high caliber, which is awesome to be close to and be a part of. It's just so great to have access to theater that's really exciting and like big Broadway level. So some of the things going on there, the season has been announced. There's a musical that will be opening soon, Beautiful, the Carole King musical.
Are you performing?
I will be. I'm in that cast, yes.
Oh,
I'm an
wonderful.
offstage swing. So, introducing you to a word. A swing is a person who learns multiple tracks within the show. So, if anything goes wrong, I can step in for 3 different characters who I have learned off stage.
Amazing.
Okay, that's awesome because I'm barely learning my own who I am. Like, so essentially, like you've got to learn like 3 different lines of different. So.
Yeah, exactly.
Wow. Okay. Yeah, that's impressive. Okay.
And as the Oslo is connected to FSU, so the Oslo uses FSU facilities, and there's a partnership there where the university actually functions as a satellite campus out of the Oslo building. So if you want to talk a little bit about the program.
Yeah, for sure.
Please.
So it's a 3-year program based out of Sarasota. It used to be based out of Tallahassee. And then we moved it down here to work collaboratively with the Oslo rep. So in our first year, we understudy at the Oslo rep. So we're the offstage standbys, basically, in case someone gets ill, someone has an event coming up. And the second year, we have our own season. So this year, I will be in the second year season in the Cook Theater, which is right next to the Mertz Theater inside the big Oslo building. So we have our first show, The Curious Savage, opening in 2 weeks. Maple's very excited about it. Curious Savage is written by John Patrick, and it is a 1950s classic American comedy set in Massachusetts. It's about family, love, and doing what's right, and it's a really bittersweet story that is really appropriate, I think, for family and bring your friends, and it's a good time, and it also makes you think a little at the end. So we have that coming up in 2 weeks.
Okay.
And then we finish off the season with John Proctor as the villain in the spring, which is coming to Broadway next year, actually. The Chinese Lady, and also The Winter's Tale by William Shakespeare. So this is your chance to see John Proctor as a villain before it goes to Broadway in March.
Amazing.
Okay, so where... Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't interrupt you. No.
No, you're good. I'm excited for you all and for everybody else
please.
who's able to attend it.
You had something? No, I'm saying no. So where would one go to see this? Like, so you were naming the different shows. Where would one go to be able to see what's coming up? And let's say one also wanted to join what you guys are doing. Where would one go to do that?
Absolutely, yeah. So we are based out of the Ringling campus, or not the Ringling College, but the Ringling Museum. Right there, it's the FSU building for performing arts. So if you go to oslorep.org/conservatory or just oslorep.org, you can find tickets there, information there. We're also on Instagram. You go to Oslo Rep or FSU Asolo Conservatory. FSU stands for Florida State University, obviously. We also have big signs right on Tamiami. If you're driving past the airport or that area, you can come and shop in the box office. We're open pretty much every day except Mondays, I think. And then, come stop and say hi.
That's awesome. Okay, and how long actually is it? How long does the program last? Or did you mention that before? I'm sorry.
I don't think I did. I'm glad you asked. It's a 3-year program.
Okay.
So the first year is spent exclusively in classes with other responsibilities, which include understudying with the Oslo rep. So ideally, students get major roles to learn and understudy and access to that rehearsal room and all the actors and artists in the space. And also are teching the second year shows. So in the second year, classes get a bit more difficult, more intense, building upon what has been learned in the first year. And they also, as we've discussed, put on their own second year season within the Cook Theater. So which is so exciting. I'm so excited to see this year's season. And it's really great to sort of follow the classes from first to second year and watch the growth of the actors within the program. So yeah, I'm really excited about that.
And did you say you were in your first year?
I'm in my third year.
Third year.
So
and
the
you're in
third
your second
year.
Yes.
Second year?
So
Okay.
last year, when Ida was in her second season, when she was in Three Sisters, she played Arena. I was working costumes as a first year. So that's actually how we got to know each other a little bit more, because we don't have classes together since we're in separate years.
Right.
So since I was backstage helping Ida with costumes and costume changes and wigs and all that stuff, you really get to know each other through that aspect. So it's really a hands-on multidisciplinary theater program, but the focus is acting. And it's like any grad program. You apply for it, you audition for it. FSU attends the ERDAs, which is every year around January or February in major cities across the U.S., and you can audition for the program. It's a pretty great program where you graduate with a lot of experience, a lot of training. Some of the best, actors in the country work at the Oslo Rep, so it's awesome to get that experience in your MFA program.
Right. So it made sense. You were saying first year you get to know pretty much more ground level stuff, like stuff, but like the costumes, what's behind the
Lights,
stage,
yeah.
like what's the basics of it, and then as you go up, you learn more about then a little more acting maybe, but then also like the way the business works, and then third year is more about the acting itself, and is that
so
kind of how step that way a little bit?
Exactly. And third year is interesting because it's actually the year with the least amount of classes. So second year almost feels like sort of graduation from classes, and third year is like a step into the real world. I say that in quotes because we are in the real world.
And that's where you do all your real learning, though, right?
Yeah.
Because it's like real estate. Yeah, it's like you take your exam and then they throw you out in the real world and say, sell a house.
Exactly.
Okay.
So we only have one class, which is our business of acting class, where we sort of learn about the business as it currently is. It's a rapidly changing field at all times. COVID changed a lot of things, so we're really learning about that shift. And then we also are cast within the core Asolo repertory season. So I mentioned Beautiful the Musical. I'm cast in that. And then there are many other shows throughout the year that my other classmates have been cast in. And so we're essentially stepping into a professional rehearsal room, meeting people from New York, and doing really exciting things, putting on exciting, fun shows. And yeah, it's like being a full-time actor. So that's the third year.
Wow. Well, yeah, yet again, we're such an artistic community here. I'm not surprised at all you had something so great here in Sarasota. Kaia, what have you...
Well, that's what I love about Sarasota. That was one of the reasons why I moved here, because I'm an artist myself, and I was involved with performing and visual arts all my life. So yeah, I'm rooting for you. I was going to ask, what kind of famous people have you worked with and learned from?
Oh, that's a great question.
Oh, wow. See, she's the deep one.
Well, we have, for Beautiful, we have the original, I don't know if she was the original, but we have Julia Nightel, who played Carole King on Broadway and the national tour, and she'll be playing Carole King at the Oslo.
And I've met her. She's very sweet. And we also, in the summer, I suppose, have a Broadway director named Josh Rhodes coming down to direct Jesus Christ Superstar, which is this big, dancey, like, Technicolor, but also kind of hard rock metal musical.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. No, I've seen it.
Yeah, and so
or that rendition of it.
Really
there
exciting.
There is a lot. And I think as an artist performing on visual, you constantly learn and perfect yourself all the time, right?
Yes, definitely. And we also have a new play premiering by Ken Ludwig, who is, I don't know, one of the most produced playwrights.
I think maybe the most produced playwright in the country, perhaps. Yeah.
So he has adapted a lot of really famous tales like The Three Musketeers, and his plays tend to be really sort of funny and big, like almost like musicals.
Mm-hmm.
And so at the Oslo this year in the winter, the world premiere of Ken Ludwig's play Lady Molly of Scotland Yard is going to be premiering, and I'm assuming Ken will come to town. I have no details, but we'll meet him as well.
Wow. That's a lot of exciting stuff.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much for coming on.
Of course, yeah.
Like, that's a whole lot even more than I even thought, because I obviously knew what you guys did was important and what is a very cool place to learn. But there's a lot even more than just a school. There's a lot of things going on, a lot of ways people can interact, I guess is what I'm trying to say.
There is really one more thing I should mention very quickly. In the third year, we also, a huge part of what we do is an educational tour through theater for young audiences. So
that's what I was going to ask.
Yes,
They're just reading your minds.
I was on to that, yes.
So I am also swinging for that show. So learned all 4 female presenting roles, and I'll step on if anyone goes out. But basically, it's an actual tour. So we load up the vans with the set, and go to schools and museums and parks and basically do an hour-long production of Shakespeare. And this year we're doing Much Ado About Nothing, which is one of my favorite Shakespeare tales. The show is all ready to go. We've been delayed a bit because of the hurricane.
I saw it 2 weeks ago. It was so fun. I got to participate in it, actually. It was really fun.
Really?
Nice.
And so we will be touring all across Florida, and you can find more information about that at alsorep.org.
Cool.
You should, if you're not in our group, I love downtown Sarasota. You should definitely join and post something about this
actually,
performance. That would be amazing. We have so
we
many
run a group.
people
I love
there.
downtown Sarasota.
Oh, absolutely.
Group, not a page. And if you're welcome to post anything in there. I mean, there's no charges to do it, obviously, which is supporting everybody downtown.
Especially youth.
Especially
our youth.
Our
we
youth.
need it.
Yeah, there's the new generation. So yeah, please join, post. We'll support you. And if you got shows coming up, I mean, we're at about 28,000 people right now. Wow. So I mean, it should hit a pretty good audience. So
Awesome.
Sounds great.
all right, thank you so much for being on the show. Fantastic. All right, cool. See, guys, so that's the kind of that's the kind of people that we have on.
They're my
okay.
group.
They're the group,
This
we're
is my
back on
tribe.
us. We're back on us here, so we're gonna go in and wrap it up here. We got some new people. We got some other people coming on here shortly. We're gonna take a little bit of a break, and we'll come back here in a bit.
Sounds great.
All right.
Sounds great.
Sounds great. Make good choices. All right, everybody.